fellas, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you guys,
Cheers.
man.
Cheers.
Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Andy, Richard, a huge thank you to you guys because with this show that we're doing now off the Seton Path, for the next couple of months, you guys have really made everything possible, which, obviously I'm totally indebted to you guys for that. So thank you very much, and we're really thrilled about getting you guys into the Dan Patrick Show, obviously, which is pretty cool. We're here with Scott, brewmaster here at Anchor Brewing. First of all, thanks for having us. This place is awesome.
Thank you for coming, man. You're welcome.
4 years ago, we were driving around New Zealand with, we had no radio, so we'd download the Dan Patrick Show and listen to you guys every day. I think we put in like a styrofoam foam cup, for the audio. We had a little speaker, Jerry rigged it a little bit, and so respect as usual.
What could you tell us about the history of the brewery going back to 1896?
1896, so a couple of German immigrants started this steam brewery called Anchor. This brewery was about to close its doors in 1965 when Fritz Maytag happened upon the scene and brought Anchor Steam back to glory here in San Francisco, and then developed a lot of other new brands along the way.
I've been a fan of Huckberry for a while now, a few years now. Can you take us back to sort of the origins of how the company got started?
I think coming from New York City, saw all these cool emerging brands there that when we came to San Francisco, you find brands like Taylor Stitch, right? Like the brand you're wearing.
Yeah.
And none of our friends, knew about the New York City brands and sort of vice versa. And, saw an opportunity in the market to sort of, create our own sort of retail concept.
The first real variations with Fritz in the early 70s with Anchor Porter was the first one.
Yeah.
And then Liberty Ale. It's really the first dry hop pale ale that was made in America. And it's really a beer that started a revolution of its own.
We chose the name Huckberry. Obviously, that is sort of a derivative of the adventures of Huckleberry Finn, and it stood for adventure. As you know, we carry a lot of American-made products.
It also helped the domain was $7.99 on GoDaddy.
So where are we in the process here?
We're in the Brew House. This is where it all starts. So we've got the mash cooker over there where we bring in malted barley and water, and then we move through the lauter tub and into the brew kettle where we boil with hops.
And I can do that?
You can do that.
I don't need any special training?
No special training, don't hurt yourself.
All in one shot?
All in.
All
in. There you go.
Get in there. It's funny, it sort of dawns on me, we're sitting at a brewery now, we're at Anchor Brewing, and we just went through this tour of starting from just a bag of hops. This room smells awesome.
Yeah, the smell of hops, that's what, beer aromatics are all about.
To all the different processes to making really delicious beer.
See how it's all yellowy in the middle? And that's what provides the flavor and aroma from the hops.
That I've been enjoying very much. But I'm having like a total Willy Wonka moment.
Tasty, that's about how you want your oatmeal.
Yeah, oatmeal. That's right on. It tastes good. What is that sort of recipe for you guys of what is your bag of hops, and then what is your delicious beer, if that makes sense? Can I put my mouth down there?
Oh, you want to go? Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Definitely our bag of hops would be really keying on those super interesting, probably undiscovered brands and products and stories, and slowly bringing that to life.
This is what makes steam beer so unique. The fact that we ferment in these open fermenters at a more or less ambient temperature, fairly warm for a lager beer.
And doing it in a way that is real and conversational and not salesy.
You saw the open fermentation upstairs, and we drop the beer down here and have a much longer secondary fermentation. Once it's finished, we will filter it, and then right after it's filtered, it can be bottled or kegged or canned.
We don't want to be sold to, and I think that's really important, is that we're talking up to you, we're not talking down to you, and so doing it in a non-salesy sort of way and very sort of, for lack of a better word, authentic and real kind of way.
I think San Francisco and Anchor Brewing are really interesting, mostly because you have San Francisco, this historic city that's also in an area known for tech and innovation. Where does Huckberry fit into the history of San Francisco and maybe the roots of San Francisco, and then also pushing things forward into a new place? You have a 100-plus-year-old brand of beer in Anchor with this new explosion of craft brews. How do those two things go together?
They actually go together really well because Yes, we have been around for a long time, and we make a famous brand of beer called Steam Beer, which was in itself an innovation a long time ago.
I think San Francisco was also the genesis of it, the birth of it was really the gold rush. And I think people were seeking a sort of a sense of adventure who came out here. And I think that's very much what we represent.
We have a history of innovation, being the first one to make a porter in America post-Prohibition, and the first one to bring back dry hopping into pale ales and making Liberty Ale, and starting a revolution of hoppy beers that is the forefather of all modern IPAs.
There's sort of an undercurrent of the adventure and getting out there and getting after it mentality. That I think we really embody well, and I think that's the spirit of San Francisco that started in the gold rush and up till today.
There's also bottling.
There's bottles running.
No way.
The bottle line.
That's so sick. Oh, yeah, we should do that. That sounds awesome.
How many bottles can you do a minute?
420 bottles a minute.
420 bottles a minute.
8-hour shift, we run about 500 barrels in a total day. That could be as many as 150,000 bottles of beer.
Fellas, thank you guys. Really appreciate the hospitality and the partnership here.
Right off the line.
Right off the line.
Can I drink this?
Really looking forward to the next couple of months with you guys, man. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Excited to be part of it. Thanks for working with us.
I think we should grab another beer.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Perfect. Perfect.